Right, so today is the day. Today is the day we start Still Ball Run, or JoJo Part 7 Still Ball Run. So yes, it has been quite, 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 quite. Sorry, YouTube just kicked in and scared me. So it's like quite. It has been quite a long time since I actually have covered JoJo once again, since Monday, actually. So yeah. I thought, you know what, JoJo Friday shall be the start of JoJo Part 7. Still have not got over the end of Part 6 yet. Part 6 is still very much in my heart. And I am still very much trying to get over that ending. Still have not got over that ending. Thanks everyone put in the comments on my stream the ending, but different variations of the ending. I was like, guys, my heart is still broken, okay? I don't need this again. Every single time I just rewatched it, I was like, oh god, I'm gonna cry again, aren't I? I'm gonna cry again. And yeah, I did. So yeah, thank you. I'm kidding. Anyway. But yeah, so today marks the day we start a legendary series known as Still Ball Run, which is actually the second highest rated manga on a whole entirety of my anime list, which actually is quite like the feat just behind Berserk, actually. I was like, whoa, okay. You have got my interest, Still Ball Run, you have my interest. And people do tell me it's a legendary part. I'm like, alright. So I'm actually quite excited. So I believe Volume 1 covers chapters 1 to 5, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Now I have to go and check that, just in case. I just thought, actually, I think it is. I don't think it's a problem. If it does cover any more, I just have to update the actual title. Not a problem. My superstition just got the better of me just now. I was like, hold up, have I got this? Have I got the numbers right? But I think I do. I think the first volume only ever covers like 4 chapters of like the first bit of the actual manga. If it's a monthly series, I think it's like 9 if it's a weekly series, I believe. But anyway, yes. So chapters 1 to 5 today. So we do begin our adventure in this quite new like kind of world. So let's see what happens. Let's see what goes down in JoJo Part 7. Still Ball Run. Let's begin. Right, so to summarize a historical background, the telephone that was invented by Alexander Graham Bell in 1876 became a staple in 50,000 American households alone within 4 years. The steam locomotive that crossed the North American continent reached a top speed of 120 kilometers an hour and an average speed of 88 kilometers an hour. And the public spectator sport frenzy, the Pro Baseball National League, was born in 1876, and the first champion team was the Chicago White Sox. The racehorse Domino was the champion of the Kentucky Derby in 1891 and reigned undefeated as the Black Whirlwind. And in the first International Olympics, that opened in Athens, Greece in 1896, each sport had prize money despite strict amateur regulations. So, number 1, the Still Ball Run press conference. Let's begin. Whew, okay, alright, I'm excited. I'm excited to turn the page. It's one of those ones that it gets you. It gets you. Like, oh. Especially what happened in Part 6 as well. It just gets you even more. It just gets you even more. You're like, what will happen? What's gonna happen? Will there be a husbando better than goddamn Anasui? We have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. So, Still Ball Run. Number 1, the Still Ball Run press conference. So, what's all that racket? Is that troublemaker Sandman? You can't protect him anymore, Chief. The white man's books, they're hidden in his tent. This treachery against our tribe and our ancestors, Sandman must receive punishment. He will be scalped. Is there no objection? Okay, so is that a Metallica reference straight away as well? Because Sandman, I swear, is a Metallica song. Is that a Metallica reference straight away? Oh, we're off to a good start, if that's the case. We're off to a good start. Oh, it's actually called Enter Sandman, but I'm not too sure if I not just called it Sandman. I think it's better than Enter Sandman. I don't know, but that's the case. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Oh, that new art style though. That new art style. That new art style. It's good. It's good. I'm already used to it because I read the Thus Spoke. But still, nevertheless, in colour, buonissimo. Buonissimo. It is. What the... He's picking up speed. He's outrunning the horses. This running style. I've seen it before. Where did he learn it? This is not an Indian running style. That's the white man's running style. The style used by the white man to compete for trophies and prize money. It's used for running short distances. What is everybody doing? Put more into your horses. He's escaping into the rocky hills. Don't let him get close to the cliffs. Oh, okay. Alright. Sandman, you always separated yourself from the tribe as a child, like you were making fun of us. It's your own tribe being chased off its ancestor land by the white man. Are you looking down on us like that? Punishment, 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 give him punishment. One who goes against the law must be punished. You are unforgivable, Sandman. What? Under the horse? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah! What the? He dove under my horse. Whoa. Are you insane, Sandman? Just what you thinking? You purposely got kicked by my horse onto the rocks. And you're still climbing. The arrows! Shoot him with your arrows! This was quite a start. I mean, Araki did say he was taking it back to the past, but I was like, okay, I wonder what he's doing. I'm like, okay. I'm okay with this. This is quite the start. Where are you, Sandman? Did you really come from the same tribe as me? How did he? So you were here after all, huh? Why you... Wah! Stop it! Please stop it, sorry. I'm really sorry, sis, please. We're going back together, Sandman. I'll apologize with you. Promise to the Elder and the Chief and everyone that you won't read the White Snake's book. Oh, the White Snake's books? It's getting me now. Part 6 is actually getting to my head now. The White Man's books anymore. There we are. So White Snake, I was like, what? My brain? That's part 6. Leave me alone. I'm still trying to get over that. Brain, please. The White Man's books anymore. There we are. Apologize and tell them you didn't mean to insult the tribe. You're wrong. That's where our opinions differ, big sis. The white man is the enemy, but protecting yourself by understanding the enemy culture is another way. Our tribe's way of thinking won't work in these times. Everybody thinks we're being hounded for our ancestors' land, but the white man's basic concept is money. There is no such thing as the ancestors' land anymore. This place belongs to the person that holds the money. You were always like that since you were a child. Once you decided you never cooperated with anyone else. That's why nobody ever understands what you're thinking. Big sis, let me show you something. It's over here. It's over there. What are these things? Is there something you're trying to tell me? It happened across these things 2 weeks ago. It's, did someone carve them out, or did they scrape them out? They're perfect. They're perfect spheres. How did they? How did they do it? These are all perfectly smooth. Each of these pits is a perfect sphere, and they would have to scrape it at an incredible speed to make so many of them. So what? I also found some of the white man's books here. This was done by a white man? You never said the white man was so close to us. Take it easy. This guy was alone, and he's not an enemy. He didn't come here looking for gold mines or try to steal anything. How would you know that? He was training here in this wasteland. Training? We also secluded ourselves to the mountains to hone our hunting skills, didn't we? I can tell by the tracks. He's been running through this place again and again. Look at these tracks here, they're incredible. He's been jumping here. My brain actually just went Whitesnake. I was like, Whitesnake? That's part 6, bro. Brain, leave me alone. I know I'm still trying to get over the part 6 ending, but please, leave me alone. My brain just kind of just had a brain fart just then. I don't know why. We also secluded ourselves to the mountains to hone our hunting skills, didn't we? I can tell by the tracks. He's been running through this place again and again. Look at these tracks. They're incredible. He's been jumping here. Amazing. He reached at least 8 meters in one leap, 3 horses worth. I just discovered that he was running with something in his hand. Stone or iron or something very heavy. Is that it? Is that what he scraped the holes in the walls? Just what are you trying to tell me? Big sis, I want to say goodbye. I won't be coming back to the village. I'm going on a trip. This is a newspaper. Can you read it? It says stillborn run race. Opening prize money will be given to the winner. $50 million. Enough of the white man's money to buy this wasteland. Our land since our ancestors' time. Okay. I quite like that. I actually quite like it. Quite an interesting backstory. I was like, I wonder what Rocky will do with the past. What he actually, how he will do it. I'm kind of okay with. I'm actually kind of okay. I like it. I actually think it's actually kind of a nice way to actually kind of open up a massive story. It kind of gives you a nice context of the whole entire world. Actually go forward with everything like that. That's what I mean by I'm okay with this, because it just kind of gives you enough context to go forward with. It's one of those things. It's kind of good because it just opens up the world. It gives you enough information so you actually can go forward with it. Like just knowing, actually kind of cool. In space of like just one chapter, maybe half of a chapter actually. Excuse me, we've had complaints, Mr. Steele. The special toilets built on the beach are overflowing with waste. There's a horrible smell and maggots are swarming. A kid even fell into the waste. We don't have enough tents. We've had a 5 from those tents, and a lion and a Komodo dragon have escaped these cages. We don't have enough drinking water. The Orientals are killing, cooking, and eating the dogs. The French are laying on the beach with their dicks and tits hanging out, and fight may break out because of it. Why you? What's a Komodo dragon doing on the beach anyway? Understand this, you take care of this trouble. That's your job. That's what I'm paying you for. You're supposed to take care of this. Don't bother me with it again. Mr. Steele, there are too many unpredictable events occurring right now. We predicted there would be 500 participants in this contest. There are 2 days before the race starts. About 2,000 people from across all America are gathering on this beach. More will come. The number of horses will be threefold, and many more spectators and related guests will come. We should celebrate this, but there is a chance this race might be over before it even begins. Damn. Alright. You can add another 1 million. Do something about it. Go over the budget and increase our capacity 4-fold. And tell those foreigners, if you have to eat dogs and show off your genitals, tell us why. And if they don't quit it, kick them out. maybe because of their culture or religion, but so what? As long as they're on this beach, they're under my rule. We should move to another room, Mr. Steele. The Steel Ball Run press conference is about to start. Right. I'll be there soon. Okay, alright. Wow! What am I going to do? I'm so scared. What's going to happen if this goes bad? What if this race falls apart? It's alright. It's alright, Stefan. You've been a promoter for 40 years. Believe in yourself. Do your best, my dear. Sob, sob, sob. Okay, I'll do my best. There. Mr. Still. Mr. Stefan Still. About the Steel Ball Run race that begins in 2 days. You have reportedly explained this before, but please explain it to the news readers around the world. We will then move on to the Q&As. A stillborn run race will start on September 25th, 1890 at 10 a.m. on the Pacific San Diego beach. The goal will be New York, making it mankind's first North American cross-country horseback race. The distance is roughly 600 kilometers. Following this route, the champions will receive $50 million, which will be deposited into the individual's East and West bank accounts. Second place, $1 million. Third place, $500,000. Fourth place, $250,000. Fifth place, $120,000. Counting through 10th place with special prizes presents like the Checkpoint Award. Read the rulebook for more details. As long as the participant is aged 16 or older, nationality, race, sex, and pro or amateur status will not be questioned. There is a necessary participation fee, which is $1,200 per person. Let's move on to the questions. Tell us about the sponsors of this contest. First of all, your news company, East and West Tribune, East and West Tribune has exclusive coverage of this race. Others include the representative publishing companies, hotel groups, including the San Diego Beach Hotel, B&C Meat, Packaging Corporations, Winchester Fire Farm Productions, Horizontal Continental Railroad Corporation, Speedwagon Oil Corporation, hello, many other corporations across America are interested in this race. Baron Rocketchugo of German royalty has announced participation in a machine called an automobile. Ah yes, I approve of that. The identity is this pioneering spirit. When the railroads were first opened in the North American continent, people said this: the age of the horse is over. This race accepts that challenge. Come with any kind of machine. This race is a first in history. Nobody can predict anything that could happen with one machine or with one horse. No one has ever raced without rest against competition for 70 kilometers to 100 kilometers per day for a total distance of 600 kilometers. Okay. Is a horse running distance of 70 kilometers to 100 kilometers per day a limit? Then it will take roughly 60 to 80 days to reach the goal. Like I said before, we can't predict that. I was like, when I saw that word, I was like, hang on. I get what you're doing there, Rocky. I get what you're doing. I know what you're pulling. The Speedwagon Oil Company. The very first bro is back. In some capacity or another. Just by name. But he's there. He's there in spirit. Like I said before, we can't predict that. There was a record of quarter horses running a distance of 3,164 kilometers between Missouri and California in 12 days, but that was a relay that used 400 horses that have won. And there was a record in 1851 during the Crimean War where an Arabian horse ran 150 kilometers in a day, but the rider died of exhaustion. He's actually the true meta king. Like, he is actually so meta. Like, it's just... He is the king of meta. he made his own metaverse, for God's sake. It's not metaverse at this point, which is other thing that's going on in the whole entire world. But him referencing his own references. What happens if you JoJo reference a JoJo reference though? What happens then? There's the whole entire like, I don't know. Does a manga just like kind of just does what happened in Poltergeist happen in real life basically? If a Rocky JoJo reference a JoJo reference, does the thing in Poltergeist happen? Like just the whole entire thing just gets sucked in, and that's how it ends. In this race, the exchange of horses is prohibited, and results in disqualification. There we are, disqualification. Also, the race goes partly through uncharted territory. That means going through wastelands without roads. But still, 60 to 80 days is still the estimated completion time. Are there any other questions? There are some complaints about the $1,200 entry fee being a money-making racket. The $1,200 is the same as a regular worker's monthly salary. I don't believe so. If the participants retired during the race, how would they get back home? Their travel expenses, medical expenses, hotel fees, and food expenses, we will cover all of that. This race is a sport. Will you be allowing the possession of weapons? Like the Second Amendment says about the right to bear arms, we cannot take that away with our rules. One might have to spend the night in undeveloped territory where there will be poisonous snakes and wild animals. As long as it's not considered criminal behaviour, we won't say anything about that. The answer is yes. Security during the race should be provided by oneself. Tell us some of the tell us some of the champion candidates for this race. The Cowboy of Wyoming, Mountain Tim. He annually travels 4,000 kilometers through the pastures with 3,000 cattle. He's quite a looker too. From the Arab country of Egypt, Unwar Avdol is participating with a camel. He crosses the Sahara Desert 3 times annually. From the Far East to Question Master Hun, he is the descendant of the Genghis Khan of the Mongol nomads that conquered Eurasia. Mongol nomads that conquered Eurasia. There we are. Said the word in the end. Couldn't say the word beforehand. And despite having origins from the low social ranks of England, he was raised by royalty and became a genius jockey of the horse racing world. Diego Brando, commonly known as Dio. Freaking Dio's back! Of course he is! At this point, where isn't he in JoJo? Like, he's always everywhere. Will his genius on the tracks work in long distance? The distance is tremendous. Before the finishing line, if no one breaches the finish line in New York, then the race is a failure. The sponsors will be furious and there will be a total loss of trust in the contest itself. How will you take responsibility for that? It's true at this point. You can't have JoJo without Dio. Dio is everywhere. I might be eliminated. If that was a joke. Haha. Failure is, listen closely. True failure is forgetting the pioneer spirit and staying far away from challenging hardships. There is no such thing as failure in this race. There are only adventurers. This stillborn run race will be an event the likes of which this world has never experienced before. Clap, 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 clap. One more question. Is the person behind you your wife? I heard she's 14. That has nothing to do with this race. The interview is over. Oh, right. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, alright. Okay, so when once the 200 entry fee is paid, there will be no refunds due to personal reasons. The start of the race in 2 days will be held rain or shine, and regardless of accidents. Please sign here to acknowledge the rules. We'll record the rider's fingerprints and horse's newsprints on the starting day. Once recorded, exchange of riders or horses is strictly prohibited. Prohibited. There we are, prohibited. So I couldn't say the word. This is your play identification card number B636. Also included is the race commemorative badge. Oh. 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 Is that him? Is that him? Is it him? It's him. It's him. Oh. 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 I think we found him. I think we found him. Oh man. There he is. There he is. Yeehaw. Ho. Ho. I always wanted to see what this Joe Bro will do because I always heard like amazing things about him. Hey, never seen these things before. What do you use them for? Oh. Oh. Whoa, oh. What the? Legs, my legs. What the hell? What the hell? I was just making small talk. I was just curious. Why do you have these things around your belt, your gun belt? Is that so? Why can't my legs stand up? I'm not being held down or anything. If there's nothing wrong with the participation fee on the counter, I will believe you. Count it up, clerk. Ah, there is only 1,180 of $20 short. Are there any discounts? Of course not. This isn't a general store, I see. But didn't I just pay? I put it on the countertop. I did put it there. I haven't issued a receipt, so what's short is short. Are you sure you won't give a discount? So it was you after all. Give me the coins you swiped from me. If I'm $20 short, I won't be able to enter the race, would I? I wouldn't be able to enter the race and win, would I? Okay, that is chapter 1. Again, as I said beforehand, and I say it again, I kind of like it because it kind of it gives you a nice context of the whole entirety of the origin of everything that's going on here. I actually kind of like it for that reason. I mean, the beginning part was actually quite excellent as well for that reason. As I said, like I'm quite alright with this, how he's actually done it, how he's actually kind of structured the beginning part, because again, going back to the beginning is quite hard to do after you've actually kind of gone forward all these years. So actually kind of go back to the beginning is actually quite hard, but it's actually done pretty freaking damn well. I quite like it for that reason. Plus all the characters seem interesting enough as well, and plus the world itself does kind of pose this very, very, very kind of very, very interesting idea. That is what I meant by when I said beforehand I'm okay with this, how he's actually done it, because I was expecting, I always expect when it comes to origin stories to be kind of always surprised that sometimes it doesn't go all that well, but you get those random ones that go really freaking damn well. This one's going freaking damn well so far. So let's begin chapter 2. So, about numerical values and notation. As you know, the units of length are feet and inches in America, and since distance is measured in miles and yards, it's hard for us Japanese to get a feel for it in an instant. Thus, in Stillball Run, all units of measurement are in metric for the Japanese readers to easily understand, and weight is shown in kilograms to the pounds, and ounces. Money is shown in dollars, but its monetary value is shown in modern standards. The reason for this is the payment for a full day work in 1890 could have been $1. Thus, we wouldn't be sure if $10,000 is a lot of money or not. Therefore, 50,000 or 50 million is about 5 million yen in modern Japan. Okay. I appreciate that world building. I mean, it's quite hard to do because you've had enough world building as it was in parts 1 to 6. You actually had enough world building, but to actually get even more world building is actually kind of interesting. Like, to go back to the beginning parts and just kind of go boom with all this backstory is actually kind of cool. Whew. So as I said beforehand, I'm actually quite alright with all this. So I actually kind of have to keep my like kind of mindset quite open when it comes to these kind of things, because I just have to kind of not get too excited just in case something happens, but 9 out of 10 times always kind of just leave surprise anyway, so it's alright. It's alright. Anyway, chapter 2, Gyro Zeppeli. What are you doing, What are you doing, Poco Loco? I'm counting the clouds in the sky. Number 2, Gyro Zeppeli. He is quite the fam, actually. I wanted to do this before. I wanted to see how many clouds I could count in one day. I'm asking you, why are you lying on your ass all day and not working? You know a thing called Tekchusatsu, old man. I say it again, Tenchusatsu. I went down to the city 3 days ago. I lost that gambling, so I asked my gypsy landlady to tell me my fortune. I should have done that before I lost. The lowest point in your life is called Tenchusatsu. But listen, I'm on the opposite of the worst. Starting next month, I'm going to be the happiest point in my life for 2 months. Hehehe. So whatever I do, it's all good for those 2 months. You mean that dirty old hag who sits around in the streets only during the summer? Yeah. So I'm planning to enjoy that. And I'll tell you something lucky. You see that forest? The landlord gave us a job to plough in a new field over there. No way, man. That's swampland. From now on, I'm going to live the easy life. Why don't you do it? Okay, alright. Quite interesting, actually. Why don't you do it? People like me and your dead father were freed from slavery 25 years ago, but life hasn't changed one bit. We will never live an easy life. The landlord said to do it in 1 month. I thought you could handle the job. Hey, I think you should loosen the harness on that horse 1 notch. That mare is pregnant about 4 to 5 months. Yawn. I lost count of the clouds. I'll just start over. Which one was the 48th? Tsk. I even talked it over with the landlord to raise our ploughing pay from 1,000 to 1,200 bucks too. Old man, that pay for the new field, how much did you say it was? Oh. Oh. Ha 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 ha. Come on, I'm calling the sheriff right now. That man did steal your $20. I can deal with that later. If you count up the money, give me the receipt. And don't address it to sir either. And put today's date on it too. Yeehaw? So which 10 will I be in till the start of the race in 2 days? It's not over, man. Turn around. You think you're so big over $20? Is that your weapon? That dirty round thing by your side, is that your weapon? Real, go ahead and do it. Just kill me with that thing. Hey, shut up. Just shut up and wait for the sheriff. You're dead. Damn, he got my gun. Yeah. Why you? If I felt like it, you'd be dead now. You're perceptive, but such an easy kill. You didn't catch me right when I took the cash from you. You listening to me, you bastard? I'm faster than you. I won't settle it like this. You humiliated me. I'm going to stalk you down. I'm going to enter the race. I'm going to stalk you down and block your whole way through. Stop it. Just shut up. Shut up, you thief. Oh. I'm seriously thinking about annoying you from the bottom of my soul. If you're done talking, give him Give him the gun back. Huh? I'm not going to charge him. I'll forget about it. Let him go and give him the gun back. Pick it up. But if you do, that'll be the sign. If you're really going to bother me. What is it? What's all the noise? Damn it, this is real bad. Let me through. Where's the sheriff? Get him over here, quick. You guys, what is it? I can't see in front of me. Move it. Damn, I can't see, jerks. Ooh, shootout already. Right, so. Let him through. Over there, Sheriff. No fights are allowed on this beach. Yeah. You serious about this? It's just a joke. Hey. I'm getting scared by your face. Everything I said was just a joke. I'm just a pickpocket. Good luck with the race, I mean. Haha. You two, what are you doing here? Uh-oh. You don't mess with that man. You don't mess with that man. Ah. Yeah. What's happened to his arm? What is happening? What is happening? No! I'm not a nice guy. Let go of that gun and see a doctor. Before lunch. You bastard! Uh-oh. 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 I quite like Gyro. He's kind of cool. Yeah! Sheriff, we should know. There's no problem. It was just a duel. No laws were broken. Let him go. The duel was fair on both sides. You saw that? What he did? What did he do? He threw that steel ball in his belt. At that gunman's arm. Then it accidentally bounced back. No. Move. I told you guys to move. Let me through. Why you? That's wrong. That's not what happened. The steel ball was spinning at high speed. It was still spinning when it hit the guy's arm. Hey you, what's with that steel ball? Let me see it one more time. Hey, don't touch it. It's still spinning. Don't question, accept the awesomeness. I have fully accepted the awesomeness at this point. My heart has been hit with the awesome. This story is a tale of me starting to walk. Not in a physical sense, but in an adolescent to adulthood sort of way. My name is Johnny Joestar. After meeting that man, Gyro Zeppeli, who was full of mysteries from beginning to end. Ooh. Chapter 2 end. Right, so Chapter 3, Johnny Joestar. When I look back, for what reason did I come to this beach? Did I simply want to see the beginning of the race like the other spectators? Was it the nostalgia for the horses that were with me since I was young? I was drawn to the beach by something. People are drawn to beauty. It's better when it's shiny and new. If it's running, that's the most beautiful thing in the world. My name is Johnny Joe Kid Joestar. I was fired when I first rode a horse. From the saddle I saw the muscles move, and though the sound of the hooves kicking the ground was beautiful, I believed I knew what the horses were thinking and feeling from the way it ran. My father, He saw me doing this and thought, my son is a horse-riding genius. And I believe that too. When I was on horseback, I got everything I wanted. Everyone flattered me from below and brought me riches. They called me JoJo or Joe Kid. They called him JoJo. Name drop. Name drop. They dropped the name of the manga. We need to go home. They've dropped the name of it. Everyone knows once they actually drop the name of the manga, you have to go home. The fact is, they also name dropped the idea of still ball as well, like at least 17 times in the space of, like, one chapter. It's like still ball, still ball, still ball the whole entire time. But now it's JoJo. Politicians and royalty from around the world came. Then at the time I won a Kentucky Derby when I was 16 was the greatest. One time I went to a millionaire's home. The guy's daughter and her friends started taking off their clothes without saying anything. My parents aren't going to be home tonight, is what they said. What would you do? It was the best. Everyone called me rookie, and when I felt like I could race my horses faster than anyone else. To win on horseback was a symbol of victory and power in the history of mankind. Ah! Hey, the line's wrapped around the corner and stretches to the road over there. There are so many people, we can't wait to get in. Not today. Let's come back some other day. What? But I want to see it. I want to see it now. It's popular. It's a popular play. There's a cute actress named Dorothy Parker in it. It's going to be an era where beautiful actresses become works of art. But is it worth standing in line for? Why do we have to stand in line? You're Johnny Joe star. You're famous, right? Is that spot open? Let's say it's open. You think so? Maybe it is. The front of the line is it starts right here, you know. I see. I've been standing in line since last night. Oh, I see. Good for you. Well, take care. Back of the line is over there. I was standing in line for the night. Shut up, that's enough. You listen. I bought this spot. You want to ask someone? Ask the guys at the theatre. Yeah. Hey you, did you buy the spot? Hey you, did I buy the spot, didn't I? This guy looks like he wants to start something. Can you throw him out? Huh. Hey now. Hey, how long until it starts? Hey, it's about to open. What? You again? You're a persistent bugger, aren't you? What's that? Oh no. Damn it. That's the problem with JoJo, is the fact that you grow to love someone and then someone else comes in like, yo, what up? I'm actually pretty freaking good as well. You're like, Christ, what do I do now? Where is my heart? What does my heart belong to? Who does it belong to? I don't know anymore. That's what JoJo does to you. You ever know who's the best JoJo in the end? Because every single JoJo just outdoes the previous JoJo. It is like, who do I JoJo anymore? Who do I JoJo anymore? What the hell did you do? Ah! Huh? Hey. Nurse? Why aren't you answering? It stinks in here. It reeks. It's me. Damn it. Can't you hear me? I said it reeks in here. I'm sorting myself. Hey, I'm calling you, nurse. Do your job. Take care of this immediately. What the? There's something stuck to my leg. What is that? Huh? Hey, shut the hell up, Mr. Genius Jockey. You're going to wake up the other patients. just taking a little blood from your foot. Donating blood is a good part-time job. You don't mind, do you? Besides, you can't find anything below the waist. You. You're gonna tell someone? You're gonna tell someone? Who? Your father, who hasn't visited you since you checked in? What about your politician rule friends? If you injured yourself during a race, maybe, but a former genius jockey who became paralyzed from the waist down because he was messing around with some girl. Nobody wants to see your face anymore. Nobody feels sorry for you. Even visiting this place is a burden. Your woman is probably being friendly with some other guy right now. Damn. Damn, son. Oh. That gyro, though. That gyro. That Zeppeli. That Zeppeli. Thump, 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 thump. Thump, 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 thump. What? Just now? What just happened? No. But just now, it really... But they won't move. They can't. Did they really move? My legs. There's still a ball. I touched it. That man's... I have too many JoJo husbandos. It's like it's getting too much for me at this point. My heart belongs to too many people at this point. Like I don't know who's my true husband at this point. I'm like, who is it? Who's my JoJo? It used to be Kakuin, then it was Rohan. Who was it in part 5? Wait, in Butch was actually my husband in part 5. Was it Giorno, actually? Might have been Giorno. It was too many. It was too many for my heart. And part 6 was Weather Report and Anasui. Anasui is my true husband, though. That man stole my heart. He stole it. He stole it. But wait, you. I need to know what did you just do to me? 2 years have passed since that day. If that accident hadn't happened, I didn't even want to see that play. But move it! You're in the way, damn it! Let me through, you slowpokes! What the hell did you say? Shut up! Wait, I need to know, tell me. I need to know what just happened to me. There we are. My legs, they never moved a millimeter. The public told me to give up. In other words, or in their silence. In their words or in their silence. Who is this man? Why is he on this beach? Do you know the leading cause of death? The first is a sickness carried by mosquitoes. The second, getting kicked by a horse and dying. Do you plan on changing the ranking? Don't get any false expectations. I don't know your situation, but standing up from that chair was a coincidence. It was just a bodily reflex and nothing more. Reflex my ass? That was the cause after all. That still ball. It was spinning. Do you think I could do that again? Just one more time. I'll pay you. Just show me one more time. I'm done talking. Now see, Josuke's my favourite for a bit as well, but then Rohan just came along and just went, nah fam, hold my beer. And I'm like, oh no. My heart. What do I do now? And that's when Rohan just took over. And Rohan is a true husband of part 4. I just don't know. Each part has its own husband at this point, and each part has probably even more husbands that I don't even realise. Hey, kid. Then I'm touching again myself. Huh? Whip. Ah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think what happened. I think what happened with Josuke was the fact that he kind of was the best parts of all the characters beforehand, meshed into one character. I mean, Josuke is so freaking great. But yeah, I think Jolene has the best character progression. So does Giorno as well. But Giorno's really in his own league of characters. Why I really just never can compare the two, because he's just in his own league. The whole entire manga's in its own league of it's everything. That's why I never compare it to the rest of the parts, because it's so in its own place that it's just you can't really ever compare it to part 4, part 6. It just exists in the playing field of its own thing. That's why I like it. I saw what Rocky was trying to do with it. That's why I kind of like part 5. My fingers. Why am I grabbing the rafter? Before I knock you and make you feel bad, I'll compliment you. You do have very strong muscles, and at least your upper body does. And I'll say this clearly: this spinning still is definitely my weapon, but it won't make people like you walk again. How can I believe that after all that happened? I'll figure out the truth of that spin. You can't even get on a horse. The Still Bull Run is about to begin. I won't stay on this beach, since I'll be crossing the continent. The summer of 1890. The only thing I could say, there was a beauty that existed on that beach. A beauty within the darkness. I was drawn to something on this beach. Will there be a light called hope here? I'll get on all right. Damn it. I'll get on a horse again, I will race. Oh. Yeah. I'd agree with that as well. I think he was just good from the beginning. That's why I don't think there was much progression in his character. Though granted, I think towards the middle part of part 4, he became a very good strategist. Actually, was kind of cool because he actually knew how to handle a situation that really got hairy when you think about it. So especially like later on into the series, especially when he was fighting Kira as well. The whole entire bit proved to you that he was actually really freaking good on his feet when it came to situations that might otherwise lead to someone dying. That's why I kind of liked him as well. But yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to the best JoJo, it's actually kind of hard to pinpoint it, like, because my heart wishes Jolene, because Jolene's literally perfect, like in every single facet of the word, she's absolutely perfect. But I don't know, each one of them does have their own quirks, which actually does kind of elevate them beyond someone else. I think the only one that's not really kind of the best is Jotaro, because he works better as a support character than an actual protagonist. Part 4 proved it, but the rest of them, they do have their quirks, which elevates them beyond the rest of the characters. And Giorno's just in his own league. He's just like, yo, what's up? All the time. That's how I always see him. It is true. That's what I was saying, because that's what I'm saying, because Jotaro does work really freaking down better as kind of a support character, and really does show the fact he's actually a really good strategist that really allows other characters to bounce off of that and actually develop off of that as well, and actually allow them to become even better than him actually as well sometimes. But yeah, Best Dad Kujo is pretty freaking good, but not in part 3 though. He got better as time went on. So, Chapter 4, September 25th, 1980? 1890, 3 hours to the start. Early morning, 25th September 1890, 7:06 a.m. The Stillborn Run race starts in 3 hours, San Diego West Beach. Looks like there are more than 3,500. 3,500 what? The number of participants. There are more than 3,500 people, 7 or 8 times more than the expected amount. Whoa, you think all those people will have a fair start? They start at least. That's why they picked the beach, but I predict more than half of the people will drop out the first week. No, maybe more than 2/3. This race isn't a sport. It's survival. Okay. Ooh! Look at that man. Look at that man. Look at that swag. Look at that swag. Jesus Christ. Is it possible? Is it possible? Can someone beat Poochie's swag? Can someone do it? Is it happening? Am I living in the same reality that Poochie's swag might be taken away from him? Is it possible? It's not happening. It's not happening. Poochie can't be overtaken in swagness. It's impossible. He's swagnificent. It's not happening. No. Quite literally, he's just like... It's quite literally just like, oh my god. Who is that man? Why is he taking away my swag? Oh man. Jesus Christ, it's happening. It's happening. It took 4 chapters. 4 chapters to outdo the swag. To outdo the swag. Oh man. Oh man. I'm shook. I'm shook. I was like, I didn't think someone ever beat the fastest man in the world in swag, but clearly someone has. Time will tell whether or not it still happens as time goes on. Whether or not the swag will be contested. So September 25th, 1890, 4 hours to the start. Rope, teddy bear, blanket, horse brush, bucket, saddle, towel, socks, cup, gloves, needle, thread, scissors, candles, comic book, canteen. I can tell. My swag has been overtaken. I can't fathom that the swag is off the charts. I'm surprised. My computer's burning. My computer's burning. My computer's overheating right now. It can't handle the swag. Medicine, watch, tape, knife, magnifying glass, mirror, toothbrush, scissors, tooth powder, spoon and fork, matches, toilet paper, wire, Is it called binocles in this one then? Or binoculars? Pencil, or it's actually just an English thing. I'm not even too sure. Towel and saddle. Is it a little too heavy? Man, oh man. I know, man, my heart. Don't make me question my husband's. Don't make me question my husband's Iraqi. Don't make me question my husband's. I can use my knife. Oh, one thing I actually realised in the actual video game, he's voiced by Sakamoto from Gintama. I actually found that out in the video game. He's actually voiced by him. I was like, holy crap. Man, Gyro's gone up on my books. He's voiced my favourite character in Gintama. And I was like, damn. He's too good. He's too good. I think it's All-Star Battle he's voiced by Sakamoto's voice actor. I'm too sure whether or not it's if Eyes of Heaven. That's the one. That's the one on the PS4. Not too sure whether or not it's that one as well. He's also voiced by. But All-Star Battle, I know. This reminds me, I need to sit down one day and actually play Eyes of Heaven. I can use my knife. Yeehaw. When they pass, the Rocky Mountains will be less than 1/10 left. Maybe 300 will be left. You think the winning candidates, the winning candidates could reach New York? The chances are pretty high since they're riding with their own abilities and horses that were bred for stamina. Oh man. But the question is, can he actually outdo Pucci with the poses though? Are the poses going to be contested? That's the deciding factor. Whether or not the poses themselves will be questioned. Not too sure, because Pucci's got a legacy of the godlike poses. So whether or not Gyro may be able to do the godlike poses, I'm not too sure. But still, man, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm shook by the swag. Hey, look, it's him. The guy who was a famous jockey, he's still going at it. After getting off that wheelchair all day yesterday and through the night, he's planning to enter the race in that condition. I feel sorry for him. The horse he's grabbing onto is that a... Hey. Whew. Damn. Somebody stop him. It's true that at this point, anything he does do, he just perfects later on into the manga. He's just like, what do I even feel at this point? What are these emotions? These emotions. What do I feel right now? So we stop him. I don't know if he's dreaming, or I don't know if he's dreaming of his former glory, but he'll get hurt. You didn't know? He'll get hurt. He was already hurt last night. Look at his feet. Ha, 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 ha. Holy moly. A piece of wood went into his leg. He doesn't feel it. He doesn't feel it. Never felt pain to begin with. If we try to stop him from getting on the horse, he threatens to set himself on fire and commit suicide. He's insane. It's a bit off. He was sold a Dobin from a horse seller. It's an old, unattainable horse with a twisted personality. Old, untamable horse with a twisted personality. Even if he could get on that horse again, I'm sure he could get to go easy. But then again, let him do what he wants. Impossible glory. Everyone who came here is like that. Hey, he'll be trampled to death. I can't watch it anymore. We need to stop him. Hey, don't you think so too? Oh, Jesus Christ, it's happening. The poses. Just look at that frame. Look at that frame and admire the frame. Admire the man. Admire the gyro right now. Are you asking me? Are you asking me for my opinion? I was just looking since he was in my sight. But if I were to say something about it, he'll never ride it. He'll never ride it. Not like that. But on the other hand, if he could ride it, he would go beyond any human. Ha, 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 ha. Sorry to disturb you. I'd like to ask where you sign up for the race. Thanks. It's my pleasure. Hey, don't get me wrong, you need an entry fee, but it's not $12 or the $120 in white man's money. It's $1,200. Can a guy like you pay for it? Move along, Indian. Phew. Oh, Sandman. Then you need it, right? Take it. It's a keepsake from my mum and dad. It's covered in sand, but it's an emerald, a real one. Where'd you find it? Are there more, Indian? Yeah, I got sand in my eye. Keep the change. Eat sand, pig. Give me a participation permit. This is your permit and number. You know the starting time, and we'll take your horse nose print before the start. I won't need that. I will cross the continent with my feet alone. Morning, 9:30 AM, 30 minutes to start. Attention all participants. Each of your numbers is also your starting grid number. For fairness, please be at your corresponding starting grid by 2 minutes to 10 AM. During this 2 minutes between 9:58 and 10 AM, all participants who do not line up or left their grid will be judged as a full start and will be penalised, so please be careful. And now, after the race mascot mini horse march and the band performance, there will be an opening ceremonial speech by the race director and sponsor of the Stillball Run race, Mr. Stephen Still. This ice came from a place called the South Pole, which has no nation. According to scientists, it froze 300 million years ago, and we opened a hole into this ice and placed the championship trophy inside. This will be the sacred ice of the Stillborn Run race, and our burning desires will melt the ice. This will be transported to New York via railroad and has been calculated to melt when you reach the finish line. The simple fair fight and moving up forward. Well, I think those comments broke the ice. Don't you think so? I can't believe you said it. Clap, clap. Oh man. And I thought I was bad at making puns. Clearly I wasn't. I wasn't the bad man making the puns. No, I was not the bad man making the puns. It was him, all along. San Diego, New York, San Diego, New York, San Diego, New York, San Diego, New York, San Diego, New York. The winning candidates are now entering. There's the Cowboy Mountain Tim. From the British racing world, the aristocrat Diego Brando can be seen. San Diego, New York, San Diego, New York. The Sharan Nomad Umad Avdol. Umad Avdol. There we are. There we are. On a camel back, San Diego, New York, San Diego, New York. And there's Dot Han from Mongolia. San Diego, New York, San Diego, New York. It's down to the final 5 minutes of starting time. Only 3 minutes left to enter the starting grid. Please line up in the grid with your number. Hey look, it's him. He really lost it after all. Pathetic. Oh man. Lick. Damn it. The truth about your still ball. I won't give up. I'll figure it out. It's the spin. Even if I can't catch up to after the race ends, I will someday. Choosing that horse was correct. Old horses have experience in this kind of race. They don't charge into dangerous territory on impulse and sprain their legs, unlike the young ones who are all about power. Since I'm interested in you, I'll give you a hint. You've already found the answer. If you have the will to get on the horse, why don't you? Huh? Yeehaw. It's now 2 minutes till starting time. 3,652 participants in total. Each horse is entering the grid. We can't see the end of the end of the line. All are lined along the beach. What an overwhelming scene! It's like a whole city. This will move along the horizon and beyond the westerlies. Oh, the westerlies? When the westerlies. The event of the century is just about to start. Again, lick my face, my horse. Spin. The spin, all hope. It's all in the spin. I want to know more about the still ball. Ooh. To say. I was like, I swear I've heard that name before. I was like, I know, but I wasn't making connections towards it, just in case it wasn't true. But I was like, okay, I get it. Most of the time, I don't want to make connections just in case it's actually not the correct connection. That's why I said maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But clearly, if someone else actually mentioned it, probably it is then. But anyway, the still ball run begins now. There was no chapter number. It was just an empty chapter. So objective 5, the first stage, 15,000 meters. Ladies and gentlemen, from your respective fields, if you please, would you like to follow the race by riding with the journalist and the judges in that train over there? We have provided services such as tea, wine, and dining in those coaches. Oh, here are some binoculars. Please feel free to use them. Number 5, first stage, 15,000 meters. The fireworks are up. This is a starting signal. 10 a.m. September 25th, 1890. The Trans-North American Still Ball Run has finally begun. First stage, 15,000 meters, number 5. Over 3,600 horses, and there is no mass confusion among the participants. The starting grid stretches over 4 kilometers, slowly as if the waves of the Pacific Ocean crawled onto the land. All are running at once. Fellow journalists, I will now describe the development of the race and the routes. Between the 6,000 kilometers from the San Diego to New York and the Atlantic Ocean, there are checkpoints set in 9 places, including New York as shown on the map. These checkpoints are to identify race rankings, running times, and check for illegal activities such as changing horses. And each race up to their respective checkpoints will be called a stage. 9 stages in total. The first stage that has just started is a sprint race that will end at the Catholic Church 15,000 meters ahead. We will also decide the champion of each stage and present a prize money bonus. To the stage champion, $10,000 and 1 hour time bonus. A time bonus? That means correct. It will be very useful in the last half of the race. That means, for instance, if you have a bonus and pass the goal in New York in second place, but you are less than 1 hour behind the first place, then you will be the winner. In other words, your total time is decreased by an hour. But this time bonus, everyone will be drooling over it. But this race goes over 2 months with only one horse going hard on the horse rank from the start, and changing into the harsh front line would be something to think over. You could easily break your horse right away. While we were listening to the commentary, one horse jumped out ahead of the group of 3,600. Who is it? We're checking his saddlecloth. He's fast. He's speeding up at incredible rate. Incredible speed. Incredible. The first stage is quickly turning into something unexpected. He's not slowing down. What's the number on the saddlecloth? The number is B636, identified as B636. Zeppeli, recorded as Gyro Zeppeli. Oh. Incredible racing number B636, Gyro Zeppeli, has left the group. Racing solo, he's trying to make a clean getaway for the full 15,000 meters. He's still speeding up. Who is he? I don't know. There's no record. He could be a cowboy or a miner. He's planning to change here. Gyro Zeppeli. The horse he's riding on is a stock horse. I've heard they have Australian roots and amazing stamina. Is he relying on that stamina here? But it's 15,000 meters. He'll definitely tire it out in the latter half, and there's a race tomorrow too. Going for it after 13,000 would be reasonable, but racing at that speed, is he really thinking about crossing the continent like that? No, he said he'll win the race to cross the continent and become the champion. It leaned. The other horses are becoming agitated. There we are, because he jumped out of the group. Oh no, a collision has occurred. They're running into each other. It's finally looking like a race now. Still, body charging is not against the rules. Cowboys control herds of cattle by dodging their charges. Dodging charges is a must. And now, there is a challenger against Gyro Zeppeli. Another one has jumped out of the group. He's chasing, closing in on Gyro. It's Diego Brando. The prince of the British horse racing world plans to challenge, as if he's saying, short-range racing is my territory. No way. There's already someone closing in behind and to the left. Zeppeli is in his range. He's already closing in. The large mass in the champion candidate, Umar Avdol, on the camel back. He charged. Ooh. Okay, alright, it's getting interesting. The camel's run. It looks like it's in a slow motion, but its legs are twice the length of a horse's, and its stride, it can accelerate enough to compete with the speed of a horse. Its weight surpasses 800 kilograms. That's 1.5 times heavier than a horse. He's planning to go for the goal by crushing anyone that gets near him. Another hit. Gyro is losing speed. Diego Brando is taking advantage of this slack and goes forward. Oh man, my throat. Oh, he's bringing out the spin. He's bringing out the spins. The spins are out. It's spinning. It's spinning. He's going into the groove. No, he'll get caught in between the tires. Oh, between the tires. Between the trees. There we are. He'll get caught between the trees. Damn it, my brain. Gyro's leaning. if anyone's getting the time bonus, it's me, Avdol. I'm sorry to say, the final blow, the deadly camel's run, the deadly desert nomad Umad Avdol. He's closing in again. He can't hold off anymore. He'll be struck down, JoJo's Eppley. No, he lunged. It's cacti. Avdol lunged into a cluster of cacti. Oh. Wah! Do you not see it because they were blocked by the groove? The camel charged into the cacti. He collapsed. It's a fall. He's fallen. Umad Avdol is down. JoJo is safe. JoJo is unhurt. JoJo has not charged into the cacti. Oh, okay. Alright. He's eliminated. What a start. The first stage, I haven't even run for 1,000 meters. And what a flurry of events. Umad Avdol, he's not moving. He's been eliminated. A champion candidate has already been eliminated from the race. What just happened? What just happened? There's still ball. It's because there's still ball again? The spinning still that the cacti image showed in the dust of the rocks. The vibrations caused by the spin. Was he using the shockwaves to find the position of the cactus without being able to see it? He used the waves from the rotation to search behind the rock, like how you could knock on a water and observe at the insides. He lured Avdol into the cacti patch. Whatever I can get, I'll take a set for diseases, but especially a time bonus. Yeehaw. Woo, boy! Oh man, that was good. That was good. Oh, that was a nice start to JoJo Part 7. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with what's happening right now. I like it. I think it's actually kind of neat. I think it's done its job quite damn well to actually kind of establish this world that's pretty much unknown to us right at this second. And I like the setting as well. I actually quite like this. I always have liked this setting in kind of films and everything like that. Actually kind of go back to this in here. It's actually kind of neat because it actually does lend itself well to what's really going on here as well. I think the time period really does suit the events of what's actually transpiring. And as well, the characters. I know it's a staple in JoJo. As time goes on, they get better. But that gyro, he's good. He is good. I like him. Also, Johnny Joestar is pretty interesting as well when you think about it, because he's one of those characters who lost everything, but now he's trying to recuperate that as well. He's got the determination in his eyes to actually kind of go forward and actually kind of recuperate what he's lost. I actually quite like it. I like that determination because he did in theory lose everything he had. Like he was kind of the prodigy, but then he wasn't. But now he's like, I will actually do this. I will actually get on that horse. I will actually race. I actually quite like it for a character because it kind of shows you there's flaws to a character. Not every single character is absolutely perfect. That's just kind of neat because you want that in a kind of a manga or anything like that. You need a character with flaws. Otherwise, you don't know why there's any point in actually rooting for that character. Because if a character's perfect, what's the point rooting for him? Because there'll be no development for that character. If a character has flaws, then you kind of just like, okay, I will actually get behind this character and see where he goes, and actually become a bit more invested in that character for that reason. That's why I kind of like his character overall, because he has that flaw with him, but now he wants to rectify that flaw and actually kind of go forward and actually kind of rectify what he's done in the past wrong and actually kind of grow because of it, and actually kind of like that for that reason. So, good job on that part. That was explained in 5 chapters. It's kind of very, very, very tightly paced when you think about it, because it does everything it needs to do to actually establish everything perfectly. The world, the setting, the characters, the actual race, how the race actually works as well. It's all done exquisitely in the space of 5 chapters. So it's really a testament to how much Araki has grown as a writer to actually go forward like this goddamn fast, especially coming off part 6, which in its own right is quite a hard manga to actually kind of continue on from. As you go back to the past and actually kind of establish that this goddamn well is impressive. Like, it's very much impressive. That's why I was saying I actually quite like how this is going. I'm actually very much enjoying it. I'm actually liking it because of that reason. It's established so goddamn well that you just don't feel like it's actually kind of you don't feel as if there's actually a mass, I would say massive gap, but actually it's a massive gap. But you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like there's actually kind of anything there in a sense of like what's going on here, what's actually happening, what is this character here, what's he doing. Everything's established very, very quickly. It's actually kind of neat because you need that kind of information to go forward with, and actually kind of have that information now is actually pretty freaking damn neat, because then it leaves room for improvement as time goes on to actually kind of grow even bigger. That's why I like it. So part 7 really does hit home what I would love Araki to do as parts go on. It's just establish the world even quicker than beforehand, because again, previous parts, you knew the world, you knew how the whole entire place worked. That's why you didn't really need to know a lot of information, because you knew already. Part 6 kind of had its own place because it was very much a prison, so it actually was very kind of a very, very tight situation. But here you have the whole entirety of the past. The whole entire world was already established in part 1 to 6, but now he's gone back to the past. He has quite a lot of job to do to actually establish this world of the past, this world we have not seen just yet. And it's done pretty damn well. That's why I'm liking. That's why I'm all for this. I like a good past story if it's done well, because sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes they do tend to kind of fall into the pitfall of being kind of not very good. In essence, kind of doing a lot, then go back to the past, and it kind of just dips too much, and you just don't feel as if that's actually kind of like a very warranted place to go towards. A very, very good example is actually Prometheus. If you watch Alien, you actually watch Alien 1 to 4 and you watch Prometheus, it's not a good beginning. Neither is actually Alien Covenant either. It's one of those ones that sometimes beginning parts, it needs to kind of have something to go forward with, actually be good. And here it has everything it needs to do. Like, everything's just been done so goddamn well in such a 5 chapters that it's actually exquisite. I'm actually kind of like shocked how well it's been done. I was like, I was expecting something good, but I wasn't expecting this goddamn good as well. And the very first chapter was very freaking brilliant as well. It's actually a really freaking nice introduction to everything that's going on here, because it gives you character motivations to why they want to fight as well. Especially kind of the more like kind of background characters that you don't really kind of associate with being the main characters, and like not like Gyro or Johnny. It's actually kind of neat for that reason as well. Like, the characters had good motivations even though they weren't even like kind of that fleshed out. Like that beginning chapter, like with it was Sandman. That bit was exquisitely done because it just gave you enough motivation, enough kind of character study-ish, also a world kind of study as well, to actually go forward with his character, actually know why he wants to be there, what he's trying to do, and everything like that. Actually kind of neat as well for that goddamn reason. So yeah, all in all, still ball run, off to a freaking good start. I'm all for this. I'm very much all for the idea of a past storyline if it's done good, and here it's done pretty freaking goddamn well. So yeah. Oh man, that was my throat. My throat just gave out at the end of that. There we are. That's what I need. That's what I needed. Yeah, it's actually quite long than I actually imagined. Like, I think I've actually just read 9 chapters of what normally would be a JoJo volume. So yeah, actually, I don't think I've ever read like a whole entire volume of a monthly series in my life in the space of one stream. So it's actually pretty impressive. So yeah. Oh man, then you gotta lie down for a bit. So, if you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole, and you do leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed, it does mean quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what I do here, and you want to stay that little bit longer, then do leave a what's the word? Leave a sub. That's the one. Leave a sub. Then do leave a sub, because indeed, it does help me quite a bit. But until next time, see you guys later. Bye for now.